and this is going to be some encouragement for people that have no experience. Do not undervalue yourself. Do not undermine your positive energy, your positive attitude, your willingness to help. What's up, guys? Alex is here back with another video. Let's talk about career fairs for engineering students. And the first thing I'm going to say here is this is perhaps one of the best chances that you have at landing jobs, internships, co-ops, because you have the chance to go and talk to a person one-on-one. Now, I'm going to give you 7 keys to approaching the next job career fair. And the first thing I want to mention here is before you even get to the career fair, before you even show up, I'm going to give you 3 things that I think you should know. Number 1, sometimes companies have independent workshops before the career fair. If the career fair is on a Thursday, then some companies arrive early. They want to interview some talent. They interview or they bring people onto some happy hours or whatever you want to call them. They bring them in just to give them information sessions. They want to tell them about the company, because there's also value in the company showing what they have to provide. It's not just about engineering students finding the best companies. The companies also want to find the best fits for their institutions. So take advantage of those independent workshops the companies have. Make sure that you are aware of what's happening. Look into the news. Your job center at your school should have all that information on their website. And always focus on how you can help. The second tip that I'm going to give you here is about your interaction with the people that you are dealing with. Whenever you're introducing yourself to someone new, especially a recruiter, somebody that you're trying to make a good impression to, they ask you how you're doing. Some people may be very low energy, perhaps apathetic. And I don't blame you. Sometimes we're just lacking a little bit of social skills there. But be a little charismatic. Show a little bit of energy, show a little bit of positive attitude that is going to make recruiters want to get to know you a little better. There's a difference between you saying, hey, I'm fine. Like you're showing there that you don't even want to be there. So show a little bit of energy, be better than fine, be great. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm great. How are you doing? I'm having a great day. I'm really looking forward to the company. What you guys are doing here, I already researched some things on my own, so I'm excited to know a lot more about it. So that's just an introduction that you can use when you approach companies before the career fair. Okay, now the third tip, not many people know this. If you have the chance of volunteering to job fairs, career fairs, sometimes they need a little bit of labor. They need people to set up the tables, to take them down, and they go and help out the people, the recruiters, the companies that are putting up the event. Now you may be thinking this is actually a waste of time. However, if you think about the exposure that this gives you to the recruiter's eyes, if you are helping them break down the tables, if you're helping them set up the event, then what you can do, you're going to start building a connection with the recruiters themselves. And who knows, one engineering student actually was saying that he got offered an interview just because he was there. He stayed there a long time just to help put away all the tables after the event. And he and the recruiter started talking about this, and hey, he got a interview offer. I mean, he ended up declining it according to his statement, but that just goes to show how you can use backdoor strategies so that you can get interviews and hey, get jobs. Now, the next tip I'm going to give you here for a job fair is to strategize. Strategize. Don't just go in blind. Always know who your target companies are. You should have some target companies that you really want to work for, companies that you've already researched, that you know the position, the exact position, job titles, the numbers that you are interested in. But here's the thing, once you arrive at the job fair, go practice with other smaller companies. And then once you get more confidence, once you feel better and you're all warmed up, then you go and go talk to the recruiters at the other companies, because who knows, the nerves, when you first arrive to the career fair, you're nervous, you don't know what to expect, you don't know how to introduce yourself, you haven't practiced your pitch yet, you haven't been on the field, on the ground. And so it's important to get a little bit of confidence up, and then you go talk to the recruiters at your target companies. Now, the next tip I'm going to give you here is on what to bring to the career fair. The first thing is, of course, your resume. If you are planning on visiting 10 companies, at least bring 15 or 16 resumes. So always bring more resumes, estimate more than the companies that you are actually going to visit. Now, the other thing that I would do is I would bring a copy of my portfolio if you have any. And if you have any questions on how to get that ready, I'm going to link a video in the description here that you can go check out on how to make that happen. Now, the next thing that I would definitely bring is a copy of the job description, whether it's an internship or a permanent entry-level position. And what that's going to do is that when you introduce yourself to the recruiter, then you're going to start talking about the positions that you're interested in. And then, hey, you can say, this is the job description. These are the requirements. This is how my skills match up to the requirements. And this is how I can help. Always focus on how you can help. Okay, and the next thing that you need to bring, of course, a good presence. Don't wear a hat like this. Wear a suit, a formal suit, whether you're a male or female. And this actually brings me to my next point, which is focusing on first impressions and how we humans have less than 10 seconds to make a good impression. So smile, dress professionally, smell good. People will be glad to talk to you. Okay, so the next tip that I'm going to give you here is when you're talking to the recruiter at the career fair, why did you come to talk to them? What are you looking for? Not only do you have to have in mind what you're looking for so that you can talk about that, you should also have a clue of what the company does, what the company values. And as I mentioned, you should have that at least for your target companies, for the companies that you really want to work for. What is the specific title of the position? What are the job requirements? How is your resume relevant to that co-op, that internship, or the job that you're trying to get? And ask questions about the projects the company is working on. Get familiar with what they do. A couple of months ago, I talked to a civil engineering friend, and she was looking to get an entry-level position. She had no internship or co-op experience, no professional experience whatsoever, and she had to get a job by the time she graduated. She told me, yo, Alex, I was determined to get that job. I was determined to get that position. So I started researching the company, researching the position. I started researching even the recruiters. I started digging who was going to show up at the career fair because I really needed and wanted that job. And so that right there tells you how much research you need to do beforehand so that you can dramatically increase the chances of you getting the job. So be determined, have confidence, and go for it. And another thing to keep in mind here is that when you're talking to the recruiter, remember that you don't have 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They can't talk to you for too long. So pay attention to the body language. If they're telling you, yeah. If they're very short with their answers, that means that they're already looking to move on. And here's the thing. When you visit them, don't go too late. The later you go in the career fair, people are tired. I mean, think about yourself. By the time you visit your last company, if you've been walking around for 3-4 hours, you're already tired. You're just trying to get it over with. Your feet hurt. So always put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to get there early. Not only is it going to be less busy, but also they're going to be more energetic, more analytical. So take advantage of the timing when you visit career fairs. The next thing I would do before you leave, finish on a good note. Just how you came in with energy, also leave with energy, because a lot of the times psychological studies have shown this is that we tend to remember what happens last. Now, here's the thing. If you are able to get a business card from the recruiter, then after the career fair, make sure that you send him a thank you email. Hey, I just wanted to thank you for your time and attention today. I genuinely enjoy learning more about you and the company and the position, and I definitely look forward to hearing back from you. Something very, very simple that's going to show him how serious you are and how interested you are in providing value to the company. Now, the last thing I want to mention, and this is going to be some encouragement for people that have no experience, do not undervalue yourself. Do not undermine your positive energy, your positive attitude, your willingness to help. A lot of the times what happens is that engineering students just take themselves out of the equation. They disqualify themselves because they think that, oh, I'm not a sophomore, or I'm not a junior, I'm just not going to apply, or I'm not a senior yet, I have no experience, I have nothing to offer. Take a look at yourself. You do have something to offer. You at least have great energy. Hey, I have passions for this system. Don't you? If you were a recruiter, would you give an opportunity to somebody that has the qualifications, quote unquote, all the qualifications for a position, but is showing no energy, like they're really apathetic, they don't really want it? Or would you give that position to somebody, or at least a chance to somebody that is showing great energy, great attitude? They're trying to learn, they're trying to help you, they're trying to provide some value to you and your team. I mean, if you ask me, I would much rather work with a person that is intrinsically motivated and generally interested in the position as somebody that meets on paper the minimum requirements, but hey, they are apathetic, they're negative, they're pessimistic. So don't disqualify yourself and follow the mindset of this one engineering freshman that I talked to a couple of months ago through TikTok. He told me that he got an internship as a freshman, And I asked him, wow, really? You got an internship? So how did you make that happen? And he literally said, oh, I just kept applying until somebody took me. That's such a simple but very, very hard to grasp concept for a lot of engineering students, because, hey, always remember, do not disqualify yourself and apply. If you think you can make it happen, apply, make your resume fit that position. And if you need resume help, if you need more tips and more in-depth on how you can make your resume, your cover letter, how you can fix up your LinkedIn and all the good stuff, a lot of information, go check out the Engineering Student's Guide to Find and Get Internships, Co-ops, and Jobs. I'll walk you through the whole process on how you can apply to jobs, find internships, decrease competition, find under the radar companies, and I'll tell you everything else that you need to do on the whole job search process so you can get that job, get paid, and launch your successful engineering career. Now, if you want to know more about advice to engineering students struggling to find jobs, go watch this video right here where I tell you a recruiter's point of view and how he recovered from a low GPA to landing 3 job offers upon graduation.